Hey guys, this is going to be a video of my 1999 Toyota Camry LE. I've had this car for over a year. I bought this car on April 19th, 2022 for about $3,000. And it was a really good price too. And this is a really good looking 90s Camry from my point of view, because like half of these things that I see in the road look beat up. But yeah, this is a really good looking Camry for being in 1999. I'll show you around the exterior, then I'll show you the interior and then the engine. This is the front of it. It's got really clean headlamps. It's got gold badges with it, which I think are really cool. It needs to be washed though. It's got some leaves and whatever this stuff is, and bird crap and all that. It's parked under a tree right now. And yeah, it's got a couple dings here and there, but nothing too major. And this turn signal light's got water in it. I've actually had to seal this up once before because the same issue that occurred. Water was inside this light, and I dried up all the water and then sealed it up, and it appears that the seal's gone bad. So I ordered a new turn signal light. It should be here pretty soon. Yeah, this is the turn signal light that came with the car. I don't know if it's original or not. I honestly have no clue what's original to this car and what's not, but I'm pretty sure it's original. The headlights I'm pretty sure are original. They're not perfect, but I've definitely seen much worse headlights than that. These are actually pretty clean in my personal perspective. There's the side of the car. It's got aftermarket hubcaps. These are not the original hubcaps. The original ones would have looked a little bit different, but very similar. And this one's a little bit cracked. One time I was taking this tire off, and then once it was time for me to put the tire back on, I put this hubcap back on, and as I was in the process of doing that, it kind of cracked a little bit, but it's not too bad. It's not that noticeable. Yeah, I do like these hubcaps a lot. They look very 90s. The color is vintage red pearl, I believe. I believe that's the color of the car. And it came with blind spot mirrors, which I think are very cool. This one is a little bit scratched up though, but I've definitely seen much worse. And the door panel is a little bit chipped and a couple scratches here and there. This car's got a couple dings, a couple scratches here and there. It's got a little bit of paint splotches over here. And this car has actually been repainted before. This is not the original coat of paint. Although this is the original color of the car, it's not the original coat of paint. This is a 4th generation Toyota Camry, which lasted from 1997 to 2001. This particular one right here is from 1999, so about right in the middle. The Toyota Camry's been around since 1983. They're still making models today, so about 40 years. Right now they're currently making the 8th generation Toyota Camry, which has been in production since 2018. I believe this is the last year they're making the 8th generation. I think they're going to come out with the 9th one next year. But I'm not 100% sure, but that's just what I believe. And got more gold badges on the back. There's the underside of the car. And we do have some scratches right here. You can't really see it well on camera, but you would definitely notice it in person. When Hurricane Ian occurred, this car was parked in front of my aunt and uncle's house. This is where that's where we stayed at during Hurricane Ian, and my car was parked in their driveway, and some roof shingles fell off and some of them hit my car. And a couple months ago, someone hit my car in the parking lot. You can see the big scratch right here. It caused a little bit of a dent too. It chipped away some of the paint. I'm gonna try to buy some touch-up paint for the exact color of the car, and then repaint over the scratches and then re-wax it. And this door right here just got a little bit of a scratch too. I don't know if you can notice it too well, but kind of right there, you'd be able to notice it. It's not that noticeable at all, really. But I am gonna try to get that out. And we got a little dent on the fender too. I got a fender bender. I'm also gonna try to pull that out. But yeah, there's the exterior of the car for you. And I've done a lot of things to this car. I've had to replace the timing belt twice. The first time I replaced the timing belt, actually, first of all, when I first bought this car, it had 103,082 miles on it. And now it has about 110,000. So I put about 7,000 miles on it ever since I bought it. Well, almost 8,000 now because it's about to reach 111,000. I forgot what the odometer is exactly right now, but somewhere around there. This car still had about 103,000 miles when I had to replace the timing belt the first time because the original timing belt was original to the car and it was on its way out, so we had to get that replaced before it snaps. And this car had a massive oil leak before. Literally every single seal had gone bad, so we had to get all those replaced, and thankfully it no longer leaks oil except for one little part. There's a rear main seal that's connected to the it's like right between the engine and the transmission. I don't know if you can see too well, there's a couple puddles of oil under there. So yeah, the rear main seal, it's like between the engine and the transmission, and it's kind of bad. It only leaks about 1 or 2 drops at a time, so I'm not gonna mess with it. But yeah, that part leaks oil, but everything else is good. So mainly this car no longer really leaks oil anymore, which is good. And back in February of this year, that was February 28th to be exact, the timing belt that we replaced last summer broke because the oil leak was so bad it got to where the timing belt was, because there's oil seals around the timing belt too, and those were bad as well. We should have replaced all the oil seals the first time we replaced the timing belt, but we didn't. But we learned our lesson and we got all those replaced, and we put a new timing belt on there too. So now it has the I believe this is the 3rd timing belt this car has ever had. I've done a lot of things to this car. I don't even know where to start. This car had bad AC when I first bought it. First of all, the battery in this car was like 7 years old. It was dated like July 2015, I believe. So last summer we got that replaced and the AC started working again, which was good. And actually the first, hang on a second, I'm trying to think. Oh yeah, the main reason why the AC wasn't working too well was because it had too much refrigerant, so we had to let some out. We had to take it to an AC shop and get that fixed. So that was good. But then unfortunately, sometime after that, the AC started going out again. So then we checked the battery, and then apparently the battery was 7 years old, as I mentioned before. So we took it to Advanced, got that replaced, and now has a good battery. And I had a bad servo motor too. The servo motors for the AC, it's for like all the settings of what you want your AC to be set to. Let's say if you want your defogger on, you would turn it to that. The servo motor kind of does all that. Not 100% sure, but that's kind of how I see it. So we got the servo motor replaced because it only worked on one setting. It only worked on the defogger setting for some reason, which was heavily annoying because it would often fog up the windshield, and I would have to use my windshield wipers a lot. So yeah, that was really annoying, so we had to get that replaced. Did I mention I replaced the radio? I think I did. But yeah, I definitely mentioned it now. I got the radio replaced. I've gotten the clock replaced because it kept going out intermittently, so I had to get that replaced. I had to replace 3 of the window regulators. It was the front driver's side window regulator, and the 2 on that side. That one right there is fine. I sure have done a lot of things to this car. I programmed a remote to it. Here's the keys for it right here. Here's the remote. I'll go ahead and show you guys the interior. It's got a tan cloth interior. Those are the back seats. There's the dome light. There's the glove box. Got little trees, and we even got the original owner's manual for the car. 1999 Toyota Camry. Sorry, I'm kind of hunched up in here right now. I'm gonna close the door because I'm parked in the street right now. So yeah, here's the original owner's manual. Yeah, definitely a time capsule. I don't think I can do this one-handed, so I'm gonna have to put the phone down a second. All right, there we go. Yeah, I got all the speakers replaced because they were all blown. They were all originals of the car, so I had to get all those replaced. I replaced that door handle back there recently because it recently broke, so I had to get that replaced. Oh yeah, and you're probably wondering why there's a duct tape on the garnish. It's because the last time I took that door panel off, the stuff that there's like these little things that hold the garnish up to the door, but those things broke, so the garnish would come off every time the door would open. So temporarily I stuck some duct tape on that. I actually ordered a new garnish recently. It's on its way here. So yeah, temporarily it's gonna look like that. There's the back seat for you. It's currently got a sunshade up right now because it prevents the dashboard from cracking, so I want to preserve this car, and it also keeps your car nice and cool. Over here we got the AC vents. Here we got the hazards. So yeah, a very 90s interior. There's the ignition. This is what controls the windshield wipers. Over here we got the turn signals. Here's the steering wheel, and we got the horn right here. Here's the instrument cluster. Over here we got the temperature gauge. This over here shows you what gear you're in. It's always lit up when the car's on. It's not lit up right now because the car's off. And here we got the gas gauge. We got between 3/4 and half a tank of gas. Over here we got the speedometer. Over here we got the odometer. And then over here we got the tachometer. And over here we got the new radio. The original radio was messed up, so I had to take that out. I actually still have the original radio in storage. I'll show you that in a second. And over here we got the AC. Oh yeah, and I stuck this AC sticker on it. When I first bought this car, the AC button was all scratched out. Originally, there would have been white letters right here that would say AC. That was all scratched out, so I stuck this sticker on it. Here we got the fan speed, the temperature gauge, and the setting of the AC. And the servo motor controls this right here. We got the ashtray, which has probably never been used. It looks very clean. We got the cigarette lighter. Over here is usually where I put my sunglasses. We got the gear shifter. We got the parking brake. We got some cup holders. Over here is the inside the armrest, the center console. Sorry, I kind of lost my head there for a second. And then in here, I keep a bunch of CDs in here. I'm gonna try to open this one-handed. Yeah, I have a lot of CDs in here, like Prince, and I have the Beach Boys, some 80s hits, and a lot of things like that. I have a lot of different CDs, like Queen, Bob Dylan, Elvis Presley, The Animals, and just, yeah, a lot of CDs. All right, give me a second. Sorry about that. I was having trouble closing that with one hand. Anyways, now that that's closed, I am now in the back seat of the car. It is very nice and spacious back here. I really like it. It's very nice for a 90s car. And I forgot to mention earlier that both of the rear doors did not open from the inside when I first bought this car. And that is because both of the mechanisms that are in the doors were messed up. They were not working properly at all. So I got new mechanisms for both doors, and they both open from the inside, which I'm really thankful for. Down here by the center console, we got, well, there would have been couplers back here, but those are broken. They came like that when I bought the car. I was originally going to replace those with new ones, but since those are very hard to find and they're very fragile, I decided to just leave it like this because they are very hard to install and they break really easily. So I'm just going to leave it like that. And back here we got an armrest. And behind us is the trunk. I'll show you back there in a minute. All right, now I'll show you guys the trunk. It's this right here. That opens it up. You can also open it from the outside too. And this right here opens up the gas door. Yeah, like I said, you can open this from the outside too by sticking the key in there. So yeah, very, very spacious trunk, very spacious. All right, now I will show you guys the hood, or what's under the hood. Okay, let's see if I can open this one-handed. All right, I'm gonna try to put the rod on. There we go. All right, and there's the hood. Over here we got the radiator. We got the alternator, the serpentine belt. We got the spark plug wires. I got those replaced too. There's the battery. I don't know too much about car engines, so I'll just show you guys what's here. All right, now I'll start up the car for you guys. I'm gonna turn off the radio because I don't feel like getting a copyright claim. Very nice cold AC. There's the clock. There's the odometer, 110,758 miles. Turn on the hazards for you guys. Go ahead and close the hood. All right, I'll go ahead and shut it off. All right. And that right there, my friends, is my 1999 Toyota Camry. Thanks for watching, and I hope you enjoyed the video. Here's the original radio. It's got a CD player and a cassette player. It's a combination of CD and cassette. And over here was the original clock.